gonna check and see if there's audio.
Oh boy, I see some audio. I see signs of audio.
Do you?
Yeah, let us know if you can hear us. We're hoping you can hear us. We're glad to be here.
Any sounds out there?
Any sounds? Do you hear us? We hope so.
Any sound?
We're gonna
know if you can
Yes,
Yeah, we got
yes,
sound.
yes, we got sound.
Oh my God, we gotta.
That's right. Here we go. So that's good. That's wonderful. We're going to share this with our Sunday at Sea friends. All right. I think we're ready to go. Yay. That's right. Let me get back to business
I'm
here.
gonna throw a piece of wood in the wood stove just for the heck of it. We got a
Ooh.
minute.
We got a minute. Let's put a little
That piece of wood
this
right
one
there.
right here. I think we need to get a little camera view on that. What do you think?
No, just throw it in there.
Oh, but we want to see. It's so pretty.
Okay.
Oh, it's so good. Can I put this one there too? Let's see. There we go. Yeah. I just chucked it right in. Oh, it's so warm.
There
It's
you go.
so warm. All right, here we go. Oh, there you are. Hello. Let's get this back right. There we are.
There we go.
Let's get this back. Hello. I think we're good. Yay. How are we looking?
We're good. We
We're
got 2
good.
minutes. We got 2
2
1.5
minutes?
minutes.
Oh, so we're early. Well, cool. I think there might be some people joining us. Connie's here. Hey, Connie. We're glad to see you.
Hello, Connie.
I'm going to adjust this camera a little bit. This one here. There we go. All right.
Something fell. Was that you
Something
dropped your
fell?
mic?
Oh, it's right here. Here it is. Here it is. You got yours? You got...
Yeah, I got
all right,
mine.
we got our mics. We're good. Hey.
We're all good?
We're good. All right. Well, I hope everybody's been having a good day. We're glad to be here. I think we might as well start doing a show. Oh, it's not quite 7 o'clock yet, but we'll
I
be
got
ready.
59.
You got 59. Yep, I got that too. All right, let me get my instrument. I'll be ready. There's the ship's clock.
I heard the ship's clock.
It says 7 o'clock. It's running a little early, but not too much. There we go. All right, 7 o'clock.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
You want to ring a bell?
Oh yeah, good idea. Yay!
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Mark Allen Lovewell. I'm a folk singer from the island of Martha's Vineyard, and seated right next to me is the holiday cheer of the season. This is Molly
Got the
Conole.
colors on.
She's been so busy doing all kinds of this and that.
We've both been busy. Yeah.
Well, but I'm talking about you right now, honey.
Oh, all right.
You talk about me another time. We're talking about you.
We're talking-
The holiday cheer is right here. She's been doing all kinds of this and that
All
and
kinds
stuff,
of
and
this
so
and
it's a
that.
real treat to have you all gathering with us.
And we just have to have a little note. We showed a shot of Ashley earlier. We were throwing a new log in. If you see us start to nod off or see us with sweat dripping profusely off of our foreheads, boy, is Ashley cranking out the heat this evening. It feels so
I
good.
just to say is earlier we had a fire. We didn't have a fire. We started a fire this afternoon, and the house was really cold. And you know what that's like.
Yeah.
And so I got the thing going, and boy, it really warmed up this whole area really well.
That's right.
In fact, in fact, it warmed it up so well. Molly's giving you a little commentary.
That we might just start going to sleep.
go and
So we
open
thought
the
we'd
door.
do a nice relaxing song. So we go asleep in the middle.
There's this period of the winter that is just so
Oh yeah, cozy. We
pillow
hope you're
time,
cozy.
you know, blanket time.
Yeah,
Last week we talked about mittens, right?
that's right. Mittens and gloves and all
there's
kinds of good stuff.
things that we do that are very cozy and warm, and I hope the show is for you.
That's right.
Ready?
Ready.
Here we go.
Joanna is rowing. Go row the boat, child. Joanna is rowing.
Hey, we don't have a we got a harmonica piece.
Oh, well, we can't go rowing without a harmonica.
There's a harmonica
That's
in
like
there.
Rowboat 101. You gotta have a harmonica.
So this is in the key of E, right? We're doing key.
Key of E, yeah. We're doing the Key of E. We got some capo action
because
going
there's
on
a little
here.
instrumental in this thing.
Oh, that's
We're
so
an
worth
informal group here tonight.
it. We know that you at home would stop to get the harmonica
All right, let me do an
too. So that's what
instrumental
we're doing. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Joanne is rolling. Go row the boat, child. Joanne is rolling. Go row the boat, child. Joanne is rolling. Go row the boat, child. Go row the boat and let me go home. My mama is calling. Go row the boat, child. My mama is calling. Go row the boat, child. My mama is calling. Go row the boat and let me go home.
The darkness is falling.
Go row the boat, child.
The darkness is falling.
Go row the boat, child.
The darkness is falling. Go row the boat, child.
Go row the boat and let me go home.
We're gonna do a solo now. It sounds so nice.
Storm clouds are rolling. Go row the boat, child.
Row the boat.
Clouds are rolling. Go row the boat, child. Go row the boat, child. Go row the
That'll wake anybody up who's going to sleep on the boat. And keep rowing until you get home.
So, did any of you see the morning show?
I did.
Oh my gosh, we got over, I don't know, the stats are astounding. How many people saw the show? It's like amazing. Anyway.
Well, I know why. Because there were so many scallop shells in that midden, and there had to be at least one witness to every shell.
That's right.
It's huge this year. Already.
It's such a treat. Such a treat. The scallop season in Edgartown is doing really well. And the
That's
other
good
towns
news.
on the island, I'm not really clear on what they're doing, but we know Edgartown is doing all right.
You can tell by the pile of empty shells.
And that's right. That's all you need. That's the greatest measure of. And down the street from here, probably about 1,000 feet. 1,000 feet.
There's a mini
1,200
midden.
feet. There's another midden.
A mini midden.
Another midden. A shellfish heap. And it's not nothing like the one in Edgartown. But anyhow, the good news is we have a bay scallop fishery here. We still have one.
Yay!
And we are honored and pleased to have it because not all communities that had it in the past have it now.
That's right.
Nantucket's doing all right. We know that. Nantucket's doing all right. I saw a post somewhere somebody put up they were selling for $80 a pound in New York.
What?
People are paying $80 a pound.
So the moral of that story is get your shellfish license and go get them yourself.
Yeah, well, if you're living here, you got. Yeah, so the
You
good
could.
news. The good news is that we got it, and we got to pay attention to that because
That's right.
it's precious. It's fragile. It's fragile. It's a fragile fishery.
Hey, speaking of paying attention, before you start that beautiful song, we just got a few shout-outs to say. To some people who are joining us. We got Connie here. I bet you Caroline's here too. We got Carol and John here. We got Dan Waters joining from Florida. Well, that's pretty cool.
Whoa.
We got Benny. Benny's watching us. We got Dawn and Eric, and we got other people that we don't even know who y'all are. But thank you for
Please,
joining us.
please comment. Please share anything you can with us.
We like
'cause
our covert.
We want you all to
spies.
feel comfortable with each other in this gathering.
That's right. Oh, now we're going to hear Mark's beautiful song about bay scalloping. We love it. Gotta get a little flute for this one.
After a long day on the water, I'm at the bar drinking a glass of ale. Sharing salty tales with a few of my friends. The bartender, he hands me a large bay scallop shell. This shell, I said, is a part of our way. Warms a chilly winter's night and a
Snowy day.
What kind?
A snowy day.
Snowy day, thank you. Cold waters around us are now so clear. Bay scalloping was a livelihood for most of us here. My uncle
You'll find it. We're going to move them on.
mackerel piles overhead are rolling on. You call it a sailor's sky, and the wind lightens flashing water, bringing a following time. You can taste the salt waves in the fresh autumn air. Watch the gulls drop the shells from way up there. Holler drags, feel the line tighten, hear that ebon rude go slow. we'll find a better place where the eelgrass grows. In the shucking shack, Susie's empty shells are piled way up high. No one can match her wisdom, her wit, and her welcome smile. She's the fastest cutter everyone knows. No one can match the speed of shucking knife goes. Aqua clouds overhead on. Call it a sail the sky. And the wind lands flattening the water, bringing a following tide. Oscar a scalloper, there's none like him today. He fished a catboat called Vanity, following the old timer's ways, pulling his drags on the bottom, culling with his bare hands. Even in a wintry wind, he was a warm-hearted fisherman. Well, the bartender took the shell back in his palm. He turns to the crowd. We're all sitting there so calm. He says, you just heard it from someone who can tell a tale of this old coastal town. You know we did it while holding just one shell. Aqua clouds overhead on. All it is sail the sky. And the wind lightens flattening the water, bringing a following, bringing a following, bringing a following I got one right here. I got a skull.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see that? Show
That's
that
so
up.
fun. Let's
Bring
get
right
it
up to
closer.
the-
Oh,
bring it
yeah.
back up. We got two cameras working tonight.
There we go.
We got that one.
That's a good one. Pretty colors. Nice
That one.
colors. Yeah.
We love scallops. You know, they are so tasty. They are so delicious. If you've
So
ever had a
delicate.
scallop, you're nodding your head in agreement. If you've never had a scallop, you're saying, It's about as close to tasting like a sweet candy bar as Mother Nature can produce. It's so natural, so tasty, so flavorful. And there's so many ways you could cook them. And you can eat them raw too, which I do. You know, we were out there
Yeah.
getting them, and it's just like, oh my gosh, it's so good. So anyway.
All right. Well, let's do a little up-tempo number. How about that?
You want to give a toast to our followers.
Oh, that's a great
Show tonight.
idea.
Here you go, everybody.
Yeah.
Here's to all of you who are joining with us tonight. I hope you're having a nice evening.
That's right. We hope you're nice and cuddled up and cozy.
There you go.
A toast to you. Oh, it's so toasty in here. That's fun. Oh, Joanne's joined us too. Hey,
Oh,
Joanne.
welcome, Joanne, from the West Coast. She had a busy week, I know, this week. There was a little bit of a scare on the West Coast. Some of you were following the news. There was an earthquake offshore.
Right, so there were tsunami warnings.
Tsunami warnings up and down the West Coast.
I'm glad it had a good outcome. Nothing came, but
And
that's scary.
unfortunately, nothing that I'm aware of took place. My son lives in California, so obviously we were texting him and finding out what was going on. In Moss Landing, many of you know where Moss Landing is. It's just as fragile an area
Monterey
when it
Bay
comes to
area.
tsunamis as the Columbia River. Anyway, they're all right.
Yep, we're glad.
Those of us who live on the coast, we have a life. It's
Things
a different
happen.
life. It's
Water, you gotta be respectful of the water all the time.
all the time. Anyway, we're in the thick of the winter now. We're getting into it, and so I dug up this poem.
Oh, good.
I wrote for you all.
Oh, watch out for the microphone.
Oh yeah,
There
thank
you go.
And it's called Winter Berm. And it's a little premature because you'll notice by the first verse of it. But anyhow, we're darn close.
We're darn close.
Anyhow,
It's close
it's called. Anyhow, the first line is in the week before Christmas. Land has surrendered to the cold of December. The ponds whiten with a thin layer of ice. The brush has lost its leaves, and birds hop amid the boughs. The shoreline has its winter berm. I take a big step down from the dunes to the wet sand. The clouds dance around and over a low, hazy sun. A gull walks and carries a shell to higher ground. This landscape is not yet frozen. Ice hangs in the shadows to the lee, and I'm warming in my cold winter coat. A scarf will feel welcome now. We have a long road from here to spring. The wind has much to do. The coldest storms have yet to come. Harbor seals have yet to sun on the beach. Before we close this page of thoughts, let us build a fire in the late afternoon. We must put a kettle on the stove and hold close a warm, fragile Advent ornament
Ooh.
while we ponder the start to another frigid, cold front.
Oh, I love that. We did see some ice on the pond this week.
Oh,
I saw
yeah.
some up in West Tisbury.
We're getting
The mill
there.
pond, there was definitely some ice one day. It was fun to see it. Reminded me of skating up there.
And I'm just going to throw this at you all. You can always do good by sharing Henry David Thoreau, okay? You can always make a show better by. This is just a line from him. Nature now, like an athlete, begins to strip herself in earnest for her contest with her great antagonist, Winter. I love that.
That's good.
In the bare trees and twigs, what a display of muscle. Anyhow, that's only the line. It's
That's
not
fun.
a full poem.
That's
Anyway.
fun.
All right, so.
We're going to
all
put this
right.
back up here for a second.
Okay.
That's fun.
So, I hope you're reading like I am reading. We're all reading at this time. I was talking last week about armchair mariners, right? Remember we talked about armchair mariners? I hope you're. Let's see, where's that book? Here it is. Anyhow, I'm reading this amazing book. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I don't require you to read it. I'm not saying you have to read this book. And I'm not particularly saying that it's the best written book on the topic, but it is the best written book on the topic for me. And I'm going to share this with you. It's called Clearing the Coastline. And a dear friend of mine, Dan McKernan, told me to read it. It's Clearing the Coastline. And it's a story about Cape Cod. I'm going to read you who this bit is written by. It's written by Matthew Mackenzie. And it's been around for a while, so I can't say it's a brand new book. It's not a brand new book, but it's the substract is that it's a 19th century ecological and cultural transformation of Cape Cod. So this guy, he writes about Cape Cod and the islands, and our Native American friends, and the transformation that took place going back to the 1600s. And the part that I want to share with you is an insightful thought that when the Pilgrims first arrived here, they had idea that they were coming to New England, what would be New England from previous explorers like Bartholomew Gosnold and people who described this place as a wonderful place with fish all around. And Bartholomew named Cape Cod, and he named Martha's Vineyard. And some of the handwritten reports that went back to England were kind of nice about this area. But when the Pilgrims got here, there was a rude awakening. There was a rude awakening. Believe me, they already knew they were coming into a wooded area and coastal area with a lot of undeveloped, nothing developed, just land and ponds and streams, and they had a rude awakening because the soil and the ground was awful. You couldn't grow anything in it. 80% of the food that they ate for subsistence, that is to make it through the day, okay? Just to make it through the day. This is not like going to a store or anything, because they hadn't built any yet. There wasn't any. Was to try and see what you could get off the land or get off the... And it turns out 80% came from the sea.
Thank you, sea.
The ocean. And I think that's a wonderful story. Just contemplate that. They ate shellfish. A lot of it. And there was a huge, I'm going to say huge, I'm not exaggerating, a huge abundance of fish. Shellfish. The ocean was overflowing with creatures. And the land was awful. It's just all those pine trees, and some of you have been to Cape Cod, you know what it is, and some of you have been to Martha's Vineyard, and without Morning Glory Farm having shown up, without any of the farmers showing up, the sand had nothing. It was just sand. So I think that's an amazing and interesting thought, that what built America in those earliest days, and even built America up until the last century, was seafood.
Fish.
Excuse me, can I say this one more time? Seafood.
I didn't quite catch that.
For all of you people who love hamburgers and pork chops, and it was seafood.
Seafood, that's what you said.
Shellfish. The Pilgrims ate bay scallops.
And they loved them.
And God bless our Native Americans. I know it's really a hard time to, they heard the Native Americans are here and all these people show up. Mm-hmm. Uninvited guests would just show up. Mm-hmm. Well, it was the help of many Native Americans who helped these Pilgrims. And I'm not kidding. I'm being funny about it. I'm being facetious about it. But, these Pilgrims, they grew up in England. There were farmland, there was food, right. They had stores, It
was very different.
They come here. It's just harbors that hadn't been built yet, creeks that were emptying into the ocean.
And the Native Americans did know how to make the most of the soil, so there was some very good
Yes, you know what they
knowledge.
did? The best part, this guy writes about it. Mackenzie writes about it. He said, to bring life back to the, no, not just to bring life to the soil, they buried fish. The natural fertilizer. That's how they, so anyway, I have to share that fact because I'm a strong advocate of
Fish.
Thank you. So this begs me to come sing the sea song that I love singing. And listen to the words to it, because this book I'm telling you about is
It's
not out of the blue. The story about the struggling Cape Codders goes back centuries. Listen to this song. I'll sing a little rhyme as I have a little time about the meanest ship afloat in creation. Her name it is the Mitchell, from Edgartown did sail, and they fitted her out to go to desolation. Her officers were natives of old Cape Cod, a place where there is nothing to eat on. Well, the product of their land is mackerel, bones, and sand. And it's starve yourself or go to desolation. Beer and flour didn't last, or bread 3 times a day. Milk and fresh greens were our privation. So all of us work for nothing and find your own grub, and it's starve yourself upon desolation. Well, I've had a little time to sing a little rhyme about the meanest ship afloat in creation. Her name it is the Mitchell, from Edgartown did sail, and they fitted her out to go to desolation. Isn't that neat? So
Yeah.
I'm plowing through this book, and obviously there's an amazing story about how the settlers took advantage of the fish and took advantage of the land and took advantage of everything and took advantage of the Native Americans and moved forward and changed Cape Cod and Martha's Vineyard. And the good news in reading this book is that Moshop is in here. Moshop is mentioned in here. Moshop is a wonderful Native American story of a great, great, great leader of the Wampanoag tribe, a mythological big guy.
Provider.
Who took care of his I want to say crew, but you want to say tribe. He took care of. But anyhow, so here you go. Here's to everybody.
Toast to Moship.
Moshop is important.
Absolutely.
And it's not just to Martha's Vineyard. Moshop is important to the story of America.
That's right. If you want to look up Moshop, it's
Google
spelled M-O-S-H-U-P. Moshop.
Look him up.
And it has to do with the Wampanoag tribe.
It's
Yeah,
great
good
stories.
stories. Good stories. Speaking of heavy drinking. What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor?
Let's wait up to ride away. Give him a cold shower until he's sober. Give him a cold shower until he's sober.
Give him a cold shower until he's sober.
Early in the morning, like way up, she rises way, 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 she rises early in the morning. Well, shave his belly with a rusty razor.
Oh yeah.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor.
Early in the morning, like way,
She rises way,
way, way.
she rises
Early in the morning. Well, that's what we do with a drunken sailor.
That's what we do with a drunken sailor. That's what we do with a drunken sailor.
Early in the morning, like way, she rises way, she rises way, she rises early in the morning, way,
She rises way,
she rises early in the morning.
So we do with a drunken sailor.
Well, I left out one of the verses.
Uh-oh,
Throw him in the
which
bed
one?
with the captain's daughter.
Oh,
I
he
left
wasn't
that out,
sleepy.
but we'll have another show and we'll bring it out again. How we do?
We'll toast to the captain's daughter. Hey, we got Cindy has joined us here from the Vineyard, and Bill Kula's joined us too.
Aw.
Yay! Oh, favorite color of Advent, purple. Oh, that's such a nice thing. As in beautiful wampum. Thank you for mentioning that of our local Wampanoag tribe. The wampum is so beautiful, part of the quahog shells. We love it. It's gorgeous.
Um,
And it's
When
just
it
found
comes
on the
to
beach.
being connected to this island, one cannot say enough, read enough, embrace enough the stories that go back to when the Native Americans took care of this place.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm just going to throw this name of the book back out at you folks. It's called Clearing the Coastline, the 19th Century Ecological and Cultural Transformation of Cape Cod. Okay, and it's by Matthew Mackenzie. And he talks about how prior to when Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket were connected to Cape Cod, there was this whole story about how these islands became what they are and changing sea level. Does that sound familiar? Are we talking something about today? Rising sea level, changing sea level, so that these islands separated from the Cape. And the transformation is still underway. So having that understanding, embracing that, wrapping ourselves around the cultural changes, the value of fish, the value of wildlife, doesn't it makes you feel warm inside.
And it's warm inside here too, because Ashley's helping us. It's toasty. It feels so good. It feels so good. And
That's right.
we're glad you're here. That makes us feel warm and fuzzy. What are we gonna play now? Oh.
I want to say something else. My show, I can do this. There's a lot of new stories coming about right whales swimming in the waters off of the East Coast, and the NOAA and fishery scientists are really aggressively trying to protect these whales, and it's really quite exciting to me to hear these stories and know that, that they're on it, they're working on it, and they just set up areas from here in New York and going down the coast that are protected areas to telling the ships to slow down. So even though you're thinking right now, it's winter, who wants to go near the water, whatever, but the whales are here. The whales are swimming around, they're having a time. And we gotta move over. We gotta allow them to have their fun. And the stories are out there, and they're great, and it's good. And we're a little nervous with the numbers of how they are, but there really isn't concerted effort on the part of fishermen, maritime, the merchant fellas. Everybody's trying to think of ways to save the whale, and that's heartening.
Yeah.
There's some reticence and there's some hardship for those people because it's an economic engine, that drives humans' interest in the shoreline. The guy who's out on a boat is making a living. He's making a living. The guy in the fishing boat is selling his fish. He's making a living. So it's hard. But let it be known that the sacrifice by these people to help save the right whale is worthy of mention. It's worthy of recognition and waving a flag and saying thank you out there. And I know it's hard because I'm reading stories about challenges and but the good news is they're out there. The whales are out there, and there's a lot of concern about the impact of wind turbines and jackhammers underwater and all that. There's all that stuff going on. Well, the good news is there's a lot of concern about it, and there's a lot of activity around it, and I think that part of the story about the bringing the whales back, is that we're going to do things to protect those animals. We gotta. No other option. Because it also, if they're the canaries in the coal mine, if you lose the canaries, nobody can be you can't do your business. Anyway. The wages low, leave her, Johnny, leave her. And the grub was bad and the winds did blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done and the gales do blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Well, I thought I heard the old man say, what did he say? He said, leave her, Johnny, leave her. We can go ashore and we'll take our pay, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Well, the voyage is done and the gales do blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Sails are furled and our work is done. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. We can go ashore and we'll have some
fun.
And it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Whoa, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Well, the voyage is done and the gales do blow, and it's time for us to leave her.
Hey, we had another guest join us from the Chesapeake.
Who is?
Melissa. Joined us from the Chesapeake.
Melissa.
Yay! It's good to see you here.
Thank you, Melissa, for coming aboard.
Yeah.
She's a wonderful lady.
Yeah, we're glad you're all here. We're all glad you're all
We
here.
got a quorum now.
That's right. Now we can start the show. Actually, we have an update to make right now. I'm going to show you. I've been updating y'all every week because this is my winter project. He's reading a book.
Speaking of warmth, I'm gonna take
I
my
know,
vest off.
right?
I'm
It's
cooking.
very warm.
We get
All right,
the
here's
wood
the
stove.
update. Here's the update.
Look at this, folks. Handmade,
There it is.
every part of it.
It's the rug hooking. I'm just going to go in a little closer so you can see the stitches. See the stitches? Kind of cool. Old-fashioned rug hooking. You recognize that boat? You can see two people on there now, too. One of them is tall and one of them looks like they're getting squished. But that's okay. That's right. It's there, and yeah, it's cool. It's coming along. I'm excited. It's fun. Very fun.
Now you have to tell them what you're doing. What is it?
It's rug hooking. That's right. So officially, I am a hooker. That's what the ladies call the group of all of everybody who gets together and does it together. They call themselves the hookers.
Among the ladies, it's not a derogatory thought.
That's right. We own it.
It's only us guys that get ourselves in trouble when we start saying that word.
That's right. But we're having a good time. It's really fun. It's learning an ancient craft, so it's really cool.
Now you also need to tell them. We have to tell them what we're doing in a week
That's
from
right.
tomorrow.
We have an important announcement to make for anybody who's in the nearby area who can come either by car or by boat. Come on over to see us at Christmas at Sea, the second annual Christmas at Sea show. We're going to be at the Federated Church again.
December
with their choir.
16th. Monday, December 16th.
That's right. So it's going to be Monday at Sea.
4:30.
4:30 p.m. Just
In the
as it's
afternoon.
getting dark. Yep. Just barely a little bit dark.
At the
Federated Church in Edgartown. 4:30, Monday the 16th. Yep, it's going to be fun.
we got a lot of co-conspirators.
That's right. You want to tell them some of the ones that
This
we
is
have?
so wonderful. We've got
Salty ones.
we got the Federated Church Choir.
Yeah, directed by Peter Boak.
And they're awesome. They're terrific. They're they're good. They're like 20, 30 people.
It's going to be a nice
And they
full
practice
sound.
every week.
And then we
they
got a
get
couple
together.
of storytellers, some salty storytellers.
We've got two of my dear friends, our friends, the community's dear friends. Steve Ewing, a poet from Edgartown.
Oh, does he write great poetry?
He writes wonderful
stuff.
poetry.
Yeah, he was our island's poet laureate for a while there. Yeah.
For many years, he's
Yeah.
Edgartown, remains, I think, Edgartown's poet laureate. And then we also have Matthew Stackpole.
Wonderful guy, great storyteller.
He's a storyteller, and he's a historian. There's so many. He wears so many hats. They touch the ceiling.
That's right. Then we're going to have some musical guests. We have Brian Weiland, who's going to be joining us on the guitar and drums, and and hammer dulcimer. Oh, such a beautiful sound. And then we have a couple of other singers, Jenny Friedman and Jessica Sanseverino. So we're going to just be making some beautiful,
Can you
joyful
imagine all
noises.
these people getting
and
together?
Jan Heyer on the cello. Oh, it's going to be so many
That's
great
right.
things. Yeah, so come if you're able to. We will be making a recording of it, so we will get it out on the YouTube channel. We're going to put it out there in MVTV, etc. So it'll be a nice holiday special. So, what time are we getting to be? Oh, it's about that time we got to do our.
What are you gonna do?
We got to do our little credits, right?
credits.
Yeah.
Got our credits. We have to say something nice about Brad.
That's right, Brad. Brad's traveling
He's
this
not
week.
helping us
So
today.
he's not able to help us,
And
but
nothing
he's with
creates
us
a
in
better
spirit.
sense, and you know this in your own home. Nothing creates a better sense of need when the person who does the dishes isn't around, and when the person who comes and makes the food isn't around.
That's right.
When
so
the
we
person who
miss him.
comes and fixes the plumbing and builds the house or whatever, and he's not around. Brad is away having a good time, we
That's
hope.
right. That's right. And we're glad for that. He's getting a nice break. He's on his way home, and we're wishing him and Martha a safe trip back. And otherwise, we got to tell you about how to find us. So I'm going to just read it so I don't forget anything. We're going to close out the shows giving a big shout out. Number one to our audience, because we wouldn't be here without you. No, we wouldn't. And so
That's
we're
true.
thankful to you. And we also couldn't do it without you. So we have people out there who are helping us sponsor the show through Patreon, through Substack. We also have our helper, Brad, through the Fisher Poetry Archive, who edits our shows, puts them out on podcasts and all the podcast streaming places. and makes them be able to go out on Facebook and YouTube. Look up Mark Allen Lovewell, MVTV, our local cable access channel, and the Capital Community Media in Salem, Oregon. You can watch us out there, and we're so glad that you do. And that's about it. We're just so thankful that you're all here with us, because it's just a wonderful community. So thanks for being part of it. Yay! And Jackie has arrived. Oh, so
It's really a remarkable gathering of people who help us put the show together. I mean, you're just seeing the two of us right here, but we have some support followers, people who've been with us for years.
I gotta tell you a cool thing Melissa just said. She said that she was glad that I'm hooking because her mother made so many rugs at her home over the years. Oh, that is so cool. I love that. It's such a beautiful art and very practical. I love that. It's so cool.
I mean, if you haven't already figured this out, one of the magical parts of Molly is her connection to her community, her connection to the arts in the community, the culture in this community. So it's no surprise to me, and it should be no surprise to you, that Molly's up to stuff.
So are
She's
you.
always doing stuff.
We're both
She's
up to
making
stuff.
stuff.
That's right. It's
Last
fun.
winter she did some knitting.
That's right.
She's up to stuff.
It's fun. You're up to stuff.
So
too.
we feel as part of the show, we have to give you an update on what Molly's doing. Thank you for being with us. All hands on the capstan. See the cable running clear. Lead away and we'll course. We stay rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea, rolling home to dear fare thee well, your Spanish maidens. It is time to bid adieu. Happy times we've spent together. Happy times we've spent with you. Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to dear England. Round Cape Horn, one frosty morning, and the sails were full of snow. Tight on the sheets and pulling those halyards. Let her off. Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea.
thinking as we were singing that last verse, I was thinking, in addition to Martha's Vineyard, we should be saying its Wampanoag name, which is Noepe. So, rolling home to dear Noepe. Maybe we sing that next time. Because we're very respectful of the very long history that this place has had. Hey, Sharon Davies is here. You must have woken up in the middle of the night. Well, we're glad you're here.
Thank you for joining with us. Please share. Please pass the word around amongst your friends. You know, this thing
That's
exists
right.
because of you.
That's right.
No one else.
Thank you so much for joining us. And we're wishing you a wonderful...
We're highly transparent.
That's right.
The source of all the engine that drives this ship. You.
So, happy December, happy Advent, happy upcoming Christmas at sea. Come see us. We love you.
Love you.
See you next
Thank you.
week.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Come all young sailormen, listen to me. I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea. Blow ye winds westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes.